This is just a quick video to show how bookkeepingautomation.com can help bookkeepers who do bookkeeping for clients on a monthly basis, who are either paperless or want to go paperless but want to actually have the ROI on actually making that leap. So here we've made a number of assumptions. The first assumption is that the internal cost of doing the bookkeeping is about $30 an hour. So that includes overhead such as office rent, computer, desk, utilities, benefits, vacation time. The other assumption we've made is that this client, we're earning about $700 per month from this client. The other assumption we're saying is you can process about one invoice every 2 minutes, which gives you about $30 30 invoices per hour. And then we're going to say if we're going to do any scanning, it's going to take us about an average of 3 minutes, 3 pages per minute to do the scanning. And this takes into consideration, and this is conservative. This takes into consideration staples, crumpled paper, torn paper, until you get your client properly trained. And then we said, this should, the client has about 300 invoices and receipts to enter per month. Now I know this is probably really high for the price point, but I'm just trying to illustrate an example. If you do all this work manually, you can enter all 300 pages in. It's going to take you about 10 hours. Your internal cost is $300. And so you're making about a $300 margin, it's about 50%. Now, if you start scanning the paper, the client shows up with all the paper, gives them to you, you scan them according to the playlist that we have on our YouTube channel and our website to be really efficient, then it's going to take about 1.67 hours to scan all 300 pages of, or all 300 receipts and invoices. And then our technology will extract all the data in our platform, and it should take about 6 hours to enter all that data. So there's going to be a small, you're going to get a small bump in profitability. The reason this is going to go down is now you can do what we call bulk coding. So if the client has 20 gas receipts, you can then code all 20 receipts in our platform to one GL. And so you're simply able to code multiple transactions with a couple keystrokes. And that's where you get the efficiency. The other thing you would do is then you'd leverage our memorization feature. So if you would say into our platform, anytime there's a receipt that comes in with the word gas, I want you to code it to the general ledger expense, gas expense, whatever it might be. And then the second time that the paper is scanned and uploaded, because we've put in the memorization component, the number of hours, I'm just going to change this to 3. You're going to cut your data entry time in half again, because at least half the transactions probably can be memorized to a particular GL set, especially for the solopreneur and the home-based business. So now you're achieving another improvement in profitability, and more importantly in time, right? This is really important. I'll get to this in a minute. The next iteration is you don't want to do any scanning. So it comes down to training your client to take pictures with their mobile device and sending that picture into our platform, or using Doxo or FileThis Pro, as well as getting the vendors to email in their invoices right into our platform or into a cloud file sharing platform. And then you're really decreasing the amount of scanning you need to do. So you should be able to eliminate 90% of your scanning. So now you only have 30 pages to do each month. So it only takes you about a fifth of an hour. It's about 12 minutes to do the scanning for that client. And now you've further decreased the hours of data entry you have to do because you've put some more automation in place, some more memorization. So now you've taken your profitability from 300 up to about 422, because there is some data extraction costs. You've gone from here to here because there's about $100 cost in this particular example to use our platform. And so you've got an increase in profitability, but what's really important is now you're down to 2 hours instead of 10. So now you have staff who are underutilized. So now you can take on 5 times the number of clients. The other thing I want to mention too is what a lot of bookkeepers miss out on is you really got to spend the time to train your clients, and that is getting them set up on Doxo, getting them set up on FileViz Pro, training them to take pictures, contacting their vendors, and I said that'd be about 3 hours of work. So there is a bit of a loss of time there that you want to budget into going from here to here, but you reap that back in the ensuing months. So, I said, for example, if you're going to save 8 hours of time per month, like from here to here, you're going to save about 93 hours of data entry work each year, which is pretty substantial. And you're increasing your profitability. So in the manual scenario, you can have a total of 4 clients, say, total profit of $1,200. I mean, we're sort of cuffing numbers here. This is not realistic, obviously. But if you have implemented all these steps that we've talked about, well, now you're only spending 2 hours for the same client. Now you can take 5 times as many clients, right? And if your profit margin is $300 per client and $422, here's what the difference in profitability is. You're going from $1,200 a month to $8,450, and I should have done what the percentage increase on that is, but I haven't done it. But I think it's fair to say that it's substantial. Let's see, 24, 36, 40. Well, let's just quickly do it right here. So it's going to be like a 700% increase in profitability, which is pretty impressive. So there's the ROI behind for your monthly or quarterly bookkeeping clients, and why leveraging data extraction in addition to being paperless really helps you increase the profitability of your firm. I mean, you make an incremental increase of profitability per client, but where you really make your money is now you can take a ton more clients. And so that increased profitability times the extra number of clients you can take with the existing staff and resources you have really boosts your profitability in a huge way.